Welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into a powerful and sometimes controversial ethical theory, utilitarianism. This philosophy asks us to consider the well-being of everyone, not just ourselves. Let's explore how this theory works and why it's still relevant today. Utilitarianism is a form of consequentialism, meaning it judges actions by their results. The goal? Maximize happiness or well-being. The more people benefit, the better the action is. It's not about personal gain, it's about collective good. At the heart of utilitarianism is the principle of utility. This principle suggests that the morally right action is the one that produces the most happiness for the most people. Simple in theory, but complex in practice. Jeremy Bentham introduced utilitarianism in the 18th century. He believed all pleasures could be measured and compared. Later, John Stuart Mill refined this idea by arguing that not all pleasures are equal. Some are more valuable than others. To apply utilitarianism, you start by considering all your options, predicting the outcomes of each, and then choosing the action that results in the highest overall happiness or the lowest suffering. There are two main versions of utilitarianism. Act utilitarianism looks at each decision on a case-by-case basis. Rule utilitarianism, on the other hand, sticks to general rules that tend to produce the best outcomes overall, like don't lie or don't harm others. Bentham proposed a method called the hedonic calculus to measure happiness. It considers factors like intensity, duration, and certainty of pleasure. While it's an ambitious idea, many critics argue that happiness isn't so easily calculated. Utilitarianism is more than theory. It shapes real-world decisions. Governments use it in public health to allocate limited resources. Environmentalists weigh the overall impact of policies. Even AI algorithms use utility-based models to make choices. Imagine this. A trolley is speeding toward 5 people tied to a track. You can pull a lever to divert it to another track, where 1 person is tied. Do you pull the lever? A utilitarian likely would, because saving 5 outweighs the cost of 1. During COVID-19, governments used utilitarian thinking to prioritize vaccines for the elderly and frontliners, those whose survival or efforts would benefit the most people. Even lockdowns were justified by reducing harm to the majority, despite economic costs. Utilitarianism is admired for being clear and action-focused. It treats every person's happiness equally, regardless of status, race, or wealth. And in a world where consequences matter, it helps us think long-term. But it's not perfect. Utilitarianism can lead to choices that feel wrong, like sacrificing 1 innocent person to save 5. It can ignore individual rights in favor of majority rule. And let's be honest, it's hard to predict the future with certainty. Compared to deontology, which focuses on rules, utilitarianism cares more about outcomes. And unlike virtue ethics, which emphasizes character, utilitarianism is less about who you are and more about what you do and what happens because of it. Pop culture is full of utilitarian dilemmas. Think of Spock in Star Trek. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Or Batman choosing to be hated to protect Gotham. Even Thanos, twisted as he is, believes he's maximizing universal well-being. Utilitarianism gives us an important tool for moral reasoning, but it shouldn't be the only tool. Sometimes fairness, justice, and individual dignity matter just as much. Ethics is rarely black and white. So, what's your take? Is utilitarianism the best way to make moral decisions, or are its flaws too big to ignore? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it valuable. Thanks for watching.